Welcome to another edition of Python for You. This morning I wanted to get started with some numbers in Python. We're just going to use the command line interpreter here, and we're going to do some basic math. So if I add two integers, you see it comes back with the answer. And you can see that unlike Smalltalk, which is a language I know quite well, this actually comes back as numerically correct because Python, like most languages, uses arithmetic precedence. Smalltalk would have done this as 100 minus 5 and then multiplied by 4. Of course, here you see the way it does it is arithmetically correct. If you want to have floating point precision in any kind of thing like this, all you have to do is use division. So if we do this, notice that that obviously came out as, well, assuming that I could put in a minus sign, that obviously came out as 80. But if we divide by 4, notice what happens at the end. We get a floating point number. So anytime you do division, you are going to get a floating point number. If you didn't want that, if you wanted the integer remainder, if I do something like this, 80 divided by 4, notice I'm going to get 20.0. If I just wanted the integer on that, that's what I do. I use double slash. So that gives me that answer. If I want exponentiation, that's fairly obvious, star star. Notice that is not valid because I forgot to put in the other end of that. So 3 raised to the third power. So if I have a syntax error, I'll get notified by it directly. If I put in something like that, I get exponentiation. Now I can assign variables, of course, in this. So I can say something like width equals 10, height equals, say, 20, and now I can do width times height, and I get 200. Now, interestingly, if I do this to access an undefined variable, so I want to define x, I just want to declare it, doesn't work here. If I want to use variables, I just use them immediately as I did above. Now, one other thing, let's try something here with an implicit variable. Say var1 is 10, var2 is 20, so then I do var1 plus var2. Now watch this, I do 10 plus underscore. Now why does that give me 40? Well, because the last operation's result is implicitly assigned to the variable underscore, which you should treat as read-only in this environment. And again, you're not going to be doing real work in this environment. The only reason we're doing this is to show you some properties of numbers and some basic math in Python. But in general, there's some cool things here. You see that we get error notification if we have something that involves a variable that isn't declared. If we have an incomplete expression like this one here, we get, again, an error message. So you can kind of learn a little bit about Python just using this environment and figure out how numbers work. So if you just want to try some simple examples and see what comes back, this is one of the ways to do it. So that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with Python.